There's a phrase inside this industry that most people outside it have never heard. I call it spray and pray. Spray, you mail the same generic offer to as many people as possible. Pray, you hope enough of them respond that the math works out. That's it. That's the whole strategy behind most of the mail you get, most of the calls you get, most of the ads you see. Not who is this person and what do they actually need, just spray it wide enough and somebody bites. I've been licensed for over a decade. I've watched this model up close, and I want to walk you through exactly how it works because once you can see it, you'll recognize it every single time it happens to you, and you'll know exactly what to ask instead. Here's the mechanics of it, plainly. An agency buys a list, thousands of names, everyone over a certain age and a certain zip code. That's the only filter, not health, not what they actually need, just age and address. Then they send one offer, the same letter, the same script to every single name on that list. A 62-year-old marathon runner and a 78-year-old with 3 health conditions get the identical piece of mail, because writing something different for each person costs time. And time is the one thing this model can't afford, because the entire strategy depends on volume. You're not being sold to as a person. You're one name in a spreadsheet, and the offer was written for the average of everyone on that list, which means it was written for nobody in particular. That's why the numbers on these offers are often generic, rounded, and don't hold up once somebody actually looks at your real health and your real age. It was never calculated for you. It was calculated for the list. Here's the part that explains everything else about how this feels on your end. If you're spraying an offer at 10,000 people, you don't need it to be right for any specific one of them. You need a small percentage, 2%, 5%, to respond and qualify. The other 95% are just the cost of doing business. That's why the call can feel rushed. That's why they push you to decide today. That's why, if you mention a health condition partway through, sometimes the tone changes fast. You weren't the target of a careful plan. You were one name in a batch, and the batch is what the whole model runs on. It also explains something people find confusing. Why you can get 2 wildly different answers from 2 different companies. It's not that one is right and one is lying. It's that one actually looked at you, and the other one is still running the average from the list. None of this makes every agent who works this way a bad person. Most of them are doing what they were trained to do. But you should know which model you're dealing with before you sign anything. So what's the alternative? It's not complicated, but it is slower, and that's exactly why most of the industry doesn't do it. The opposite of spray and pray is finding out about you first. What medications are you on? What's your actual health history? What do you actually need covered, and what can you actually afford to keep paying 5 years from now, not just today? That takes longer than mailing 10,000 letters. It doesn't scale the same way, but it's the only way the number you're quoted actually means something, instead of being a placeholder that changes the moment somebody looks closely. Here's a simple way to tell which one you're dealing with. Spray and pray asks almost nothing before it quotes you a price. If someone gives you a number in the first 60 seconds, before asking a single question about your health, that number was written for the list, not for you. The real number comes after the questions, not before them. So here's what I want you to take from all this. Next time an offer shows up in the mail, on a call, in an ad, ask yourself one question. Did they ask me anything before they told me a price? Or did the price come first? If the price came first, you're looking at spray and pray. It's not evil, it's just not built for you specifically, and you should treat the number accordingly, as a starting guess, not a real answer. I've built this whole channel around the opposite approach. Ask first. Explain the truth even when it's not exciting. Tell you honestly when something isn't a fit, instead of just hoping you don't ask too many questions. That's slower. It doesn't scale to 10,000 people a day, but it's the only version of this that actually respects you as a person instead of a name on a list. If you want a real answer instead of a sprayed one, the link's in the description. No pressure, no junk mail. Spray and pray. Now you know it, and you know how to spot it before it happens to you. If that changed how you'll read the next offer that shows up, hit like and subscribe for more of this. I'm Will. I'll see you in the next one.